Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover the ideal guns on Apex Legends. Not only will this give you the ideal gun per category, but also provide scenarios from AimLab to help you master each loadout. Shout out to AimLab for partnering on today's video. I've been personally training really hard since the start of the year to improve my aim, and AimLab has literally been changing the game for me. We'll also be providing a future series tracking my progress. So let us begin with the sniper category, the Wingman. While this is not a sniper, it is one of the most effective close-range, mid-range, and even long-range guns in Apex Legends. When you watch pros who use the Wingman, it's not about being fast, but ensuring you land your shots properly. If you miss your shot, even one shot in a 1v1, well, that's pretty much it for you. It's a high-risk, high-reward outcome. This is why multi-shot ultimate is what I recommend for any player to understand that value. Yes, it can be great to shoot all of your bullets and to be quick, but you need to ensure you actually have flow and land your shots, and find out your speed to actually become accurate. In multi-shot ultimate, you'll have a simulation of pressure. As targets get smaller, the longer it takes to hit each target that appears on screen. This is so important, as when you use the Wingman, the pressure always gets to everyone, even professional Apex Legends players. A pro tip with the Wingman is that the recoil you'll see is mostly visual. Relax, don't stress, pull down just slightly, but not as much as you think. Next up is the shotgun category, Mastiff. The scenario we're going to use for today is Wavy Click. Reason why is that the Mastiff is chosen currently because it is floor loot. The Peacekeeper, yes, can be crafted, but if we're looking for something on the ground that does not require a decision in the crafter, the Mastiff is always going to be the way to go in terms of shotguns. The Mastiff provides burst close range damage, which is why I did not really choose the EVA 8, as it requires more attachments, and the Mastiff without attachments is still extremely strong. Where you need to improve your aim is hitting targets that move. In game, no one is going to stand still against a shotgun. Wavy Click will give you a strong way to hit targets that move around and create a flow. Just like the Wingman, it's 100% a race to hit your shots. It's about patience. An additional tip is knowing that the Mastiff utilizes a horizontal spread whenever you shoot. It makes it hard to do damage at range, but it can have a massive burst if they're close enough to you. But remember that horizontal cone when peeking around corners. Now let us break down the energy category, which we're going to talk about the Volt, and the scenario paired with that is going to be Bounce Track. Energy guns have a lot of vertical and horizontal recoil. You need to focus less though on the recoil and keep consistent, smooth, bouncing track. This is why Bounce Track is perfect if you run into targets that slide jump, tap strafe, or wall bounce in front of you. This scenario is going to provide a mastery of smoothness that you're looking for specifically when using SMGs on Apex Legends. Now let's discuss the heavy category, Flatline, which we're going to talk about Wavy Switch. Whenever you control the recoil of Flatline, it can be hands down one of the best ARs in the game. The beauty is that the Flatline mostly utilizes horizontal. When paired with the mechanic Recoil Smoothing on Apex Legends, it's a nasty combo. Recoil Smoothing is where you move your crosshair at a certain speed threshold. This threshold will reduce your recoil. With Wavy Switch, you are working on target switching and hitting that threshold and being smooth as you track afterwards. If you do this when you are using the Flatline, it can be a fantastic baseline to improving your aim. Targets in the scenario are going to appear in front of you, and you'll target switch between each of them and track until they are eliminated. The recoil of the Flatline pulls initially down and then to the left. This means to counter the recoil, what you want to do with the Flatline specifically is you pull down and to the right to master the initial recoil of the Flatline. Now let's talk about another popular category, which is a light category gun, the R301. We're going to talk about XY Track. This is by far the most utilized AR in the game, and under the light category, it's really easy to give it to the R301. The recoil pulls down initially to the right. You'll need to pull down and to the left to counteract this recoil. The pattern can still benefit heavily from recoil smoothing or even jitter aiming. Jitter aiming is a technique that can be easy to counter recoil, but to provide you mastery of your aim, it is better to improve your overall stability, which is why we're utilizing the scenario XY Track. This scenario is perfect as it mirrors the feeling of utilizing the R301. So if you're looking for a stable track, definitely practice on this scenario. Let's wrap up with a bonus category. Poke weapons, the G7 Scout 3030 or your own personal sniper preference such as the Longbow or Sentinel. This bonus category exists as poke weapons at long range fill a very specific role: burst damage at long range. Your goal is to really hit a target that is static to create a bounce between targets. Now your goal in this scenario is to really focus on a static target and create a bounce between targets. Static click under the rank scenarios is really amazing as it has a space between targets that are not too large but not too small. It's a healthy balance and reasonable for targets in Apex Legends. What we covered are all the best guns in Apex Legends paired with an AimLab scenario to provide you the edge to improve, but also some pro tips in the mix. I really appreciate you for watching. Please don't forget to check out AimLab in the description down below. You can get it for free on Steam with free no strings attached. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video.